Well, hello, hello, hello. Much love to you all. May God bless you all. Smash that like button, share this out. Also, if you missed earlier today, I can tell that they're kind of censoring this one a little bit. Rumble in the park, truth be told, be bold. It was the unexpected street preaching that went on yesterday as we were out feeding the homeless. So, go in and check it out. Hit the like button. Also, tomorrow, join us at 10:30 a.m. Eastern for a very important sermon as we continue the Red Letter series. This is going to wrap up chapter 5 of Matthew that has taken us about a total of 15 weeks to preach. So we'll be done with Matthew chapter 5 and continue on into other chapters. So, a few little news updates. The historic floods in the Midwest are causing severe damage to the farmlands. We've been talking much about all the farmland destruction that's been happening for the past 4 or 5 years. And this is just another thing to add to it, as may not be really seeing the biggest cause of effect other than financial right now, but in the long run, there's going to be a massive shortage of food because of all these damage to farms catching fire, them killing crops, them spraying crops, the floods, all these things. There's going to be a food shortage that comes in the foreseeable future because too many farmlands have been destroyed. I think it was just earlier this week, Virginia is like, saying that they're really not going to produce much this year. Idaho, where most potatoes come from, they're being told, no water. Just a lot of things are going on, not just in the United States, but other countries doing to farmland. And of course, this is all an agenda and things that are going to happen in the end times. But we're expected, experts estimate a reduction of almost 1.2 million head acres. That's 3 million acres worth of soybean and corn crops that have been damaged between Minnesota, South Dakota, and Iowa just this month, which is going to put a huge dampering. Also, corn is a lot of what a lot of farm animals also eat as well. Um, so, possibility food prices go up again. As it's saying here, food prices are already skyrocketed. So now, if we have to increase food prices once again in this country and in this world, people are going to be feeling it financially. We already had a stream about 2 weeks ago that average Americans are skipping a meal because they can't afford all the food. Very important questions were asked last night on the debate, which of course is all staged. When it came to what you would do for children, with families that have children and trying to feed them. No matter what any of them do, uh, with all this farmland being destroyed, guys, we're going to be hurting. Um, so we haven't seen the real true effects of this yet, other than financially. But this is a lot of head acres destroyed. And that's not even counting everywhere else in the world that this is happening. So this is also very unusual that a tsunami, a Mito tsunami, strikes Lake Michigan shore. This is really crazy. This was back on the 25th, just 3 days ago. Now that they're getting some, official reports after it had passed of a tsunami that hit Lake Michigan. So as we watch this clip here, very unusual. Look at this water. Man, look at that. Lake Michigan is literally like, for anybody that's not from America, Lake Michigan is literally like an ocean. But of course, they're lakes. They are. It's like being in an ocean. I've been to Lake Michigan a few times. It's really choppy. Canadian wind comes in. That's just, it's really nice walking along the rocks here when you're out there. That's crazy, guys. We're continuing to see phenomenal weather events throughout the whole world. You imagine what people there are thinking, because this is really uncommon. So, also, there was a pretty huge earthquake today that has tsunami waves possible. A 7.2 earthquake hit near the coast of central Peru. Then some little aftershocks over here in this region as well. I'll talk about a few other predominant earthquakes that have hit to really keep an eye on with certain areas. So about 63,000 said that it was very strong. 95,000 said strong. 416,000 were feeling moderate. To 1.8 million felt light shaking. So only 1,000 felt like the severe, which they were probably literally along the coastline here around in these regions. But this is a pretty predominant earthquake that had hit. 7.0s and higher, of course, are really huge. This is not very far from the coastline. It was very close to the coastline. That's why there's huge expectations of there could be a tsunami that could potentially be behind this. But anyways, the Philippines also have had a lot of little minor shaking going on, 3.8s and 3.8s, 2.4s. They've had quite a bit. Volcano Island in Hawaii has had a little bit of shaking, a lot of twos back to back happening on Volcano Island over there. Yep, there's another one, 1.8. And here's another one towards Philippines, a 3.8. Then the biggest one that happened in the Philippines so far, I do believe, is the 4.8. Let me scroll up the top, make sure. Yeah, the 4.8 is the biggest one that happened in the Philippines today, is the 4.8. That was just about 2 hours and 44 minutes ago. They've been having a lot of shaking going on lately. So then you see here in the Philippines another 3.7. Down here, the 5.7 that hit Tonga. This is the one I want to talk about, keeping an eye on. Tonga has been showing a lot of activity of potentially the volcano waking back up again. And also there is a potential of a volcano in Alaska that has not went off for, I do believe they said, about 400 some odd years, that is starting to show some signs, especially with earthquakes happening in the region. So around the Peru-Ecuador border, they had a 4.2 aftershock just about 6 minutes ago and a 4.3. So there is some aftershocks going. China has had a 4.3 today, pretty moderately high, 4.1. But the biggest one today was over here, the 7.2. Pretty good size one. Russia had a 4.2 today. Off the coast of Mexico had a 4.2. Kazakhstan had a 4.3. Taiwan had a 4.8. These are just some of the massive ones. Over here in Canada, 4.1 10 hours ago. It's pretty crazy. So, and here's that 4.4 that happened towards the coast of Peru before the 7.2 hit. So they were having a little bit of shaking happening before, some 4.0s and 4.7s here. The 7.2 here in Peru. So, look, then you scroll up here, 7.2 in Chile. So Peru and Chile, two big predominant earthquakes. As you look up on the map here, of course, Peru and Chile are not very far apart. Scroll up, you got Peru and then you got Chile down here. They both had 7.2s today. Those are pretty predominant earthquakes. A lot of shaking going on, guys, in diverse places. New Zealand had a 6.3. That was just about a day ago. So once again, a reminder, go in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Come in and watch the sermon. Get filled up, get edified. And also, if you did not get notified, guys, it's getting more crazier in the streets. As a street preacher in our ministry team, I'm telling you, it is getting a lot more intense out there. All you have to do is speak the name of Jesus, and people are flipping out, guys. So keep your eyes on the prize, Jesus Christ. I hope to see you all at church tomorrow, Lord willing. Hit the like button, and much love.